From the Bronc TV and radio studios at UTPA in Edinburgh, it's the Bronc Sports Report. What's happening, Bronc Nation? I'm Daniel Morales. I'm going to be giving you the Bronc Radio SportsCast for this week. We've got all your Bronc sports news, plus a wrap-up of the history-setting weekend for women's sports in NASCAR and UFC, and all the moves that were made in the NBA trade deadline. But first,
on Saturday, February 23rd, the UTPA men's basketball team clinched a spot in the Great West Conference Tournament semifinal with a 55-51 win over the Chicago State University Cougars at Jones Convocation Center. Brandon Provost led the team with a game-high 23 points, adding 3 rebounds. On Wednesday, February 27th, the UTPA women's basketball team beat the University of New Orleans Privateers 60-59 on a last-second shot by Bianca Torre with 5.1 seconds left. The Broncs then sealed the win after a steal by Joea Marshall to put the Lady Broncs at 11-15. Torre led the team in scoring with 17 points, while Cassandra Moody had a double-double with 12 points and 10 rebounds. Both Bronc teams will play back-to-back on Saturday, March 9th at 4:30 p.m. when the Lady Broncs host Chicago State, and the men's team will face NGIT afterwards. Doors open at 3:30. With Bronc Sports Radio, I am Crystal Hernandez.
On Tuesday, the 26th, the UTPA men's golf team recently finished 11th at the San Antonio Shootout. The women's golf team was also in action this past week, participating in the Islander Classic, hosted by Texas A&M Corpus Christi. The women's team came up just short and finished in 13th place. Both squads get back into the swing of things on March 11th and 12th as the men participate in the Sacramento State Invitational and the women in the Lady Eagle Invitational. This will be a busy weekend for both the men's and women's tennis teams, as they have 3 matches in 2 days, starting Friday against the University of Southwest at 10 a.m., followed by another contest against St. Mary's University at 4 p.m. On Saturday, they square off against Schreiner University at 2. All matches will be here at the Orville Cox Tennis Center, where admission is free. Congratulations to seniors track star Judith Chumba for earning 2012 Division I All-Academic Cross-Country status, a great accomplishment to go along with her All-NCAA South Central Regional honors, her second straight Great West Conference Runner of the Year, and being named to the UTPA AD Honor Roll. Congratulations are also in order to senior basketball standout Brandon Provost for being named Great West Conference Player of the Week, and to Sam Street for being named Great West Conference Pitcher of the Week in baseball. For Bronc Radio Sports, I'm Daniel Morales.
On Tuesday, February 26th, the University of Texas Pan American Broncs baseball team fell to the University of Texas at San Antonio Roadrunners 7-1 at Roadrunner Field to fall to a record of 2-6. Bronx starter Dylan Badura had career-high 4 strikeouts in a career-high 6 innings, only allowing just 5 hits. The Bronx struggled getting hits off the Roadrunners as their pitcher Nolan Travantino retired 9 straight batters. The Bronx look to bounce back on Tuesday, March 5th against the University of Texas Longhorns at 4:30. The game will be televised live nationally on Longhorn Network and will be available for listening online through utpabronx.com/showcase. With Bronc Sports Radio, I'm Adriana Gonzalez.
UFC 157 is a landmark event for the UFC, as it is the first event hosted by the organization to carry women's mixed martial arts on its main card. The first fight of the night featured Josh Koscheck versus Robbie Lawler. While Koscheck dominated most of the fight, Robbie Lawler was able to land a few choice knees to the body of Josh Koscheck, knocking him out in the first round. The second fight to take place that night was Court McGee versus Josh Neer in a fight that went the full 3 rounds, with Court McGee winning by unanimous decision 30-27 on all cards. The next fight of the night was Uriah Faber versus Ivan Menjivar in a 1-round fight where Uriah Faber managed to execute a standing rear naked chokehold to force Ivan Menjivar to tap out at the end of the first round. The precursor to the main event was a fight between Lyoto Machida and Dan Henderson that went the full 3 rounds and was won by Lyoto Machida by split decision. The main event of the evening was a fight between Ronda Rousey and Liz Carmouche. Ronda Rousey was defending her title for the first time in the UFC in the women's bantamweight division. Rousey won the fight by executing an armbar from side position in the last 10 seconds of the fight on Carmouche, forcing a tap out. For Bronc Radio, this is Romeo Villarreal.
History was made when Danica Patrick won the Daytona 500 pole Sunday, February 17, 2013, becoming the first woman to secure the lead spot for any race in NASCAR's highest circuit. It's the biggest achievement of her career. It had to have felt good for Patrick, especially considering the former IndyCar driver has struggled in 3 NASCAR seasons. Her best finish in 10 Cup races is 17th, and she has won top 5 and 58 stars in the second-tier Nationwide Series, until this past Sunday when she finished 8th. In the end, Jimmy Johnson got the checkered flag for his second Daytona 500 win. For Bronc Sports, I am Laura Reina.
Hello, Bronx. The NBA trade deadline has come and gone rather uneventful, if I say so myself. However, some interesting trades were made. We saw the Bucks get J.J. Redick, Gustavo Ayon, and Ish Smith, and Magic got Ben Udrih, Tobias Harris, and Deron Lamb. The Thunder also traded a second-round pick for Ronnie Brewer from the Knicks, and gave Eric Maynard to Portland for rights to Georgius Prentice. For Bronc Radio, I'm Randy Navarro.
Not too long ago, the NCAA conducted an investigation involving the University of Miami in which it found some of its players to be receiving illegal benefits from a University of Miami booster over the course of 8 years. Accusations were also made that some assistant coaches had provided illegal benefits to recruits that they had visiting the campus, which included transportation, meals, and other services. Not too long later, the University of Miami made accusations that the NCAA had found some of its evidence through nefarious means. Soon after the NCAA launched a self-investigation, the investigation showed that certain NCAA investigators had in fact obtained information through improper means, in which the defense attorney of the booster who was filing for bankruptcy had given them evidence in a case that did not involve the NCAA in any way. So far, the NCAA has ruled that 1/5 of the evidence which was obtained against Miami will be inadmissible in the case against the Miami assistant coaches in the university. The case against Miami will be held up until the NCAA can conduct a new investigation looking at what really happened at Miami University. For Bronc Radio, this is Romeo Villarreal.
It's a tragic reality for a track star who allegedly murdered his girlfriend. The center of this story is South African athlete Oscar Pistorius, aka the Blade Runner, a double amputee who made track and field history at the 2012 London Olympics. According to Pistorius' bail hearing, he shot and killed his TV reality girlfriend, thinking that she was an intruder in his home. He continues to lose product endorsements as he made bail last week. For Bronc Radio, I am Fred Mann.
Well, that's it for this week's Bronc Report. I would like to thank radio station manager Cassie Perez, news director Omar Jimenez, and all the radio station staff. And as always, be sure to support UTPA Athletics. Go Bronx!